What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 7 of Bottom Sprocket. And today we are going to have some fun talking about squidding. So Josh found this article from JD Power it's literally like defining a squid. And we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to define squid ourselves and ask the question, can you squid safely? This is going to be one of those things where I'm sure everybody is just going to get along. I'm sure that nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. Everybody is just going to leave feeling very nice and not like they were attacked at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, completely. And all the action you're about to see was performed by trained professionals. Do not attempt, please.
Exactly. And then after that, we have another meme contest. It is Diet Coke memes today. Because somebody always happens to have a Diet Coke sitting around.
It's your signature when you leave my house.
Believe me, I can quit whenever I want. I just don't want. Yep. So with that being said, we are going to dive on in and let's just have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
Let's go for it.
Alrighty, so I'm going to share my screen here so that we can follow along with the just how silly this article is, because it's rare that I look at something and I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've read in a long, long time. So the whole article here is just talking about the term squid, where it started, and what defines a squid. And then they have something at the bottom that just made me laugh literally out loud. It was very funny. So they're talking about the origin of the word squid. The origination of the term many think the term was developed out of a mashup of the words squirrely or squished along with the word kid. The idea of these words being that a biker operates their motorcycle irresponsibly, like a young person driving. And then they have two acronyms here that says speeding quickly until I die, or stupidly quick, underdressed, ignorant, and dangerous.
Oh, I like that second one.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I love that.
Speeding quickly until I die.
Yeah.
It's I never really thought of like what the term squid might have been, like how, if it was an acronym or what. I just always assumed you were a squid because like whenever the cops would come, you'd ink and run away.
I grew up thinking Lucas works in the ER, so it's because you squish like a squid, like you splat on the pavement like a squid out of water.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was as well, because you'll end up looking like a squid washed up on the beach or something like that.
Like
no bones in your body because they're all broken. Yeah, exactly.
Like a squished kid?
Like a squished kid.
There you go.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, fair. Maybe they're onto something.
So the JD Power here defines a motorcycle squid as a squid being somebody who dresses without proper gear, ignorant, not knowing their own safety, but neglecting to acknowledge that they can get hurt or killed in an accident with a vehicle or the potential consequences that it could have on drivers. So they're basically just saying you're riding recklessly, you're riding irresponsibly, and
I see the words Suzuki Gixxer from here.
Yeah, right. Like you could just be like anybody who rides a Gixxer 750 right here.
Yep.
Oh, literally. Yep.
That's literally what they say. Yeah, you're typically going to see them riding, I think, a Gixxer or like other sport bikes. It says something like that somewhere in there, which is awesome. I love that they at least know that the Gixxer's a Squidmobile.
While not all sport bike riders are squids by any means, owning these motorcycles, often called crotch rockets, are more commonly associated with squids. Bikes such as the Suzuki GSX-R is just an example of the more frequently linked with the term. So, calling you out there by name, Josh. The why you don't want to be... The why you don't want to be a squid section is so stupid. It's so stupid.
Do you think the dude who wrote this or the AI that wrote this like rides a motorcycle?
Let's see. Do they have a born on date for this article? I don't think they do. Usually it's at the bottom. Dang, no, they don't. I don't think this was a bot. I think it was like a human adult that wrote this.
Yeah,
I think so, too.
it seems detailed and humored enough to not just be bland AI jargon.
But yeah, I think somebody was just sitting there at their computer screen typing this away, being like, I'm going to save some lives with this article. So being a moto squid will not just have drivers and cars rolling their eyes at you. The motorcycle community at large will not be accepting of you either. Squids give bikers a bad name, and even many biker gangs and riding clubs dislike squids. A squid is seen generally as a young punk kid who has no respect for others and no respect for their life or the dangers of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Do squids bother you?
No,
They don't bother me either.
no, they don't. I look at it, I'm like, okay,
Whatever.
have
Keep
fun.
passing me on the shoulder. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it is so, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, but it is so, when you see someone squidding, it elicits this like negative emotion. If you're in a car, you're like, oh, look at that guy driving like an asshole. But I mean, I squid all the time, but I feel like I do it relatively responsibly as much as can be,
Yeah.
This is where we insert some GoPro footage of Josh squidding.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty to pan through.
There's some out there. Yeah.
So the biggest thing I wanted to get to is the how to avoid being a moto squid, and then the last section. Squid is the opposite of cool. So in general, to thwart the term yourself, wear the proper gear, respect the rules of the road, take a motorcycle safety course. Don't worry so much about appearance.
I don't think they worry at all about it.
Oh, dude.
High vis.
Ride a bike for enjoyment, not just to look cool.
What the-
Understand that you are not invincible. Ride within the speed limits. Only do stunts and tricks in places designed for it, and be considerate of the drivers around you.
You.
Where is a place designed to do stunts
whatever.
and tricks?
Go away, old man. Get off my lawn.
I mean, this is just the like ultimate goody two shoes. I can't remember who said it, but basically
No, I
JD Power was like, just buy a Versus.
Now I see why you guys thought this was so funny. I thought it was going to be like a humor piece. You're
No.
like, oh,
And
okay.
it absolutely is a humor piece. It just wasn't intended that way.
Right.
Yeah. No, this thing is a friggin' disaster. All right. So, squid is the opposite of cool. There is a universal phenomenon that seems to happen when somebody works too hard at something. The result can often be the opposite of what they wanted. Trying too hard to look cool on your bike will likely get you dubbed a squid, and it doesn't look appealing. It seems like a desperate attempt to get attention.
Yeah, every Jixer bro is spending so much time getting ready before they leave to ride their motorcycle.
I can just imagine like somebody getting there, getting one of those visors at like just the perfectly jaunty angle and their frosted
Yeah,
tips,
just elegantly disheveled and every,
making sure that they've got the requisite number of stains on their wife beater and their flip flops say Jixer on them.
Yeah, that's the contradiction. Is they're like they don't wear gear at all, but they also care a bunch about how they look. So it's, I don't know, is it the t-shirt or the wife beater color that you're choosing that you care about? Maybe your tattoos showing kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm not going to wear this shirt. It doesn't show my tattoo or something like that. I have no
that
idea.
sounds more like a Ducatista or somebody getting a scrambler going from
Right?
Totally agree.
coffee shop to coffee shop versus
And frankly,
careless, reckless.
a lot
rider.
of the squids I know wear helmets, and like they wear more gear than Harley riders do.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, and that's you're totally right, Whitney. Like the people who care the most about the look, from what I see, they've got like very expensive work boots that they don't work in. Their jeans are a little bit rolled up and cuffed. They've got like a Bell Street helmet that has like some goggles in it, not an actual visor. We
Or
are
the bubble
swimming
visor.
in those. Or the bubble, exact. Oh, I can't stand the bubble visor. There's a guy on Instagram that makes amazing content, but rides in one of those, and I can't get over it.
All right, I want to get through this last paragraph because it's also really funny. Riding a motorcycle has a built-in cool vibe, and one that looks even more alluring and mysterious when the rider doesn't
Mysterious.
boast or get too showy on the road. You don't have to force it when you're riding a motorcycle. Let the bike and your ability to ride speak for itself. Ducati prices might run high, but you can't buy the kind of smooth persona that is attractive on a bike. Wear the right gear and act responsibly, and you will avoid being lumped in with the squids on the road, regardless of the VIN.
We got to figure out who wrote this. We have to figure out who wrote this. And then we must interview them.
We have to interview this human.
All right, Discord boys, do you hear us? Figure out who wrote this.
This article is outrageous. It's so stupid. And as soon as Josh shared it, I knew we had to talk about it.
It's like, who is JD Power? What are they doing writing about squids? I mean, I know they like sell cars. I don't know what they do. I didn't even look into it. But I know they're in automotive. But like, what are they doing writing about this? And this is one of the results that comes up really high. Like this thing is really optimized. Like this comes up when you just search, what is a squid?
JD Power is an American data analytics software and consumer intelligence company. So basically, they're the ones that are looking at. They're basically like a consumer advocacy group kind of thing, where they.
So a bunch of nerds.
It's a bunch of nerds that, like, if you're looking for a washing machine and you're looking for one that has the best consumer report, that's usually something that's awarded the JD Power Award.
Got it.
Nerds.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, just giant off nerds.
I want a JD Power Award for squidding.
This one is good from It's Turbo Time. Like, it reminds me of those DARE workbooks we had to do in elementary school. That is so true. It literally is a DARE workbook. Okay, so we can't just all over this without defining squid, because we have to add something to the conversation. We can't just sit here and dunk on somebody. If we're going to critique, we might as well critique properly. So how would you define a squid?
A careless fast boy who doesn't wear any gear.
Simple enough.
Yeah.
Josh, what about you?
That's fair. I think a squid is someone who kind of prioritizes their fun on a bike a little bit more than the rest of the crowd does. You know, it's like it's your risk versus reward scale is tipped a little bit the other way compared to most riders.
Yeah, your margin of error as a squid is a lot narrower.
Definitely.
I think that's a super nuanced way to put it, honestly. And I had a feeling that Josh was going to give us the most.
Because he's our squid.
He's our squid. I think I knew you were going to give us a good thought-provoking thing. But honestly, if you're prioritizing your fun on a group ride or on a ride period more than anything else, you're probably going to squid a little bit. I think that's a great way to put it. Do you think it has something to do with the gear you wear? Do you think gear is relevant to being a squid? The level of protection that you're taking?
I don't know. That's so hard. Before stepping into this realm, I thought it was specifically people who didn't wear a lot of gear and who splatted on the street. But then you meet a lot of people who are just like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But they're wearing all their gear.
And there's plenty of guys I know that ride, like, they ride super well, but they don't wear gear. They just don't wear a helmet. And I'm like, why? Or they wear one of those stupid, like, skull cap helmets. And I'm like, you do realize that that's not a helmet, right? It's just a piece of plastic.
Well, and here's another good consideration is there's a bunch of sport bike riders who will wear full leathers head to toe because they're going out there, and I would describe them as squids, like big time.
That's
they're dragging
everybody who rented my XSR showed up in full leathers. I'm like,
really?
Oh.
Just knowing that you're like, oh, these tires are going to come back bubbly. The
bye XSR. Like, see, it did. It always came back totally. It's so annoying. I've never adjusted a chain more in my life.
That's obnoxious. And the XSR, I mean, that's definitely the sportiest of your bunch. Yeah.
To your point, Josh, there was one. This was back when Destination Way here in Austin was still the road to ride. I was talking with some of the guys. I won't name what group they're in, but they had a meetup, and I'm sure it's still up on the web page. And they specifically were like, we're going to Destination Way, and you have to wear a race suit. You have to be in full leathers to come here. And then I was talking with them, and I was like, what, like you're just going up and down D-Way like it's tracked in? Mm-hmm. And so it was like, how do you do that? And it was like, oh, well, we post 2 guys up at the front to look for cops so that if anybody comes in, we know, to slow it down. And then, we make sure that we've got people posted at the turns so that nobody does anything dumb. And I'm like, you're putting in all this effort. Why not just go to a fucking racetrack?
Also, going to Lime Creek on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yes.
Oh my God. I've never been just absolutely blasted by so many people in backwards hats and flip-flops.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. All the leader bikes out there on Lime Creek Road blows me away. But I feel like someone racing the Isle of Man TT is squidding.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Dunlop, the squid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a street race.
Yeah, it's a street race. They're in full gear. They're, lifelong professionals. And even that, under my definition, I'm calling that squidding.
I'd love to go.
You're going to get squished.
I'll reach out to somebody and see if we can make that happen.
So
that would be
sick.
really cool. Now, before we hand it off to the Discord boys, one thing I want to ask here, and this is something that I've kind of heat and hawed over through the last few years, is can you squid responsibly? Can you do it safely? Is there a way for you to get your squid demons out on the street and not get into too much trouble? Because every time you get on a motorcycle, you can get into a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody goes the speed limit on a motorcycle, right?
Yeah, and nothing's safe on a motorcycle either. Just looking at it's dangerous.
That is so fucking true. Looking at a motorcycle is dangerous.
Can you squid responsibly? I don't know. It's like, are you good at it? Do you know where to go?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like on a really familiar road. Well, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or are you just popping like a little wheelie here and there? Like on my KLR, I lock up the rear tire coming into stops all the time. But I always stop at the stop line because I with the rear tire locked up, I make a game out of it of trying to brake at the stop line. So I'm like modulating the rear brake and kicking the rear tire out, skidding into the stop and trying to get right on the stop line.
I'd love to sell you tires.
Yeah. Oh my God, he needs them so bad. I thought something was wrong with his KLR because I was like, dude, what the is going on? And Jake's like, oh, takes it for a ride, and he's like, oh no, that's just the tires. And then I looked down at them, and I was like, oh my God, those are altering the entire bike, in every way.
Oh yeah. No, so when Lolly was here, she was like, "Oh, I don't need your Ducati. I don't need anything fancy." I was like,
"No,
take the Ducati.
Yeah.
I won't put anybody on the KLR unless they know what they're doing, because the KLR right now is sketchy."
I'm glad you made me ride it. What were you riding when I rode that?
The Pan Am.
Mother.
You were right.
On the way back, I was like, I'm not riding that. Give me the goddamn Pan Am.
You were only on it for like 5 minutes. It's okay.
Holy cow, Whitney. I loved your bike so much. Oh my goodness. I had so much fun. I didn't expect it, but I really, really liked it.
Do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You liked it too when you first rode it. When you first wrote it, you were laughing like a little schoolgirl. You're like, wee!
Yeah,
and you disappeared for a while.
Then nuance happened.
Oh, look!
Oh man,
if Josh had fun,
me. Yeah, There was one moment when we were pulling into the AF1 party and I pulled in the backside of the bike parking. Now, obviously, I looked a little weird on that bike at a sport bike gathering, but that's okay. That's fine with me. I'd like my adventure jacket and my, adventure
Dual
helmet.
sport.
Yep. I definitely looked the part, which was perfect. But like I never put a foot down. I didn't even worry about it because it's so easy at slow speeds. Oh my gosh, I felt like a superhero. I was like, look at me whipping around, all these people around, just because it's really easy to go slow on.
Yeah, it just goes.
It is a very easy motorcycle to ride. I will give you that. Very easy motorcycle to ride.
That's off topic though. That's off topic. Back to squidding.
Back to squidding. Sorry, R9T is the opposite of that.
Yeah, you cannot squid on that. Although when you did take it to the drag strip, I saw Lucas
it was a
like
lot
lifting
of
the
fun.
front wheel.
Oh,
off the drag
dude, I've
strip.
got a few of him. He beat that fire. Who was your buddy on the Fireblade?
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it
awesome.
launches so easily because the
does.
wheelbase is so long.
That's why we brought it.
Yeah. And it's got a ton of torque.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the perfect drag bike.
So I had a point I wanted to make about the squidding bit, and I was with my mom in the car one time, and she saw a dude on a bike, and he stood up. And then for a second, he took his hands off the bars. He was going down the road. He's going 40, 50 miles an hour. Nothing really weird. That's not squidding. Mm-hmm. And she lost it. She was like, oh my gosh, like this guy's going to kill somebody.
Just himself.
Maybe if you did, you hit a bomb, like you better be ready to grab those bars or whatever. But I think that it's so relative to your ability. I made the point to her. I was like, look, it'd be dangerous for you to like jump in the air and try and do a 90-degree turn or 180-degree turn like that. You could hurt yourself doing that. But for someone who's practiced it and is really, really good at it and used to it, it's thoughtless. It's so easy. And I kind of feel that way to a certain point with squidding, that when you unlock abilities and you get so comfortable with them, like wheeling or like skidding your rear end or backing it in or endoing or any of the really like fun little tricks that we do on motorcycles, mm-hmm. I think if you put the time in, you can get to a point to where it's like, I'm not causing anyone any danger by doing a short little wheelie and stop the traffic. I know where this bike's going to go. I know what's going to happen. I'm not riding out like long stand-up wheelies on the highway, but even that, I feel like you can totally get good enough to where you do it anywhere and everywhere. And it's, I don't know. I think it's important to practice. And that's a big part of squidding and they talk about it in that article, is that these people are over assuming their own abilities, and they're riding just the way they want it to look and not the way that they're actually in control. Because even me, I push it sometimes and I have to back off. And I'm not going crazy fast. I don't want people to think I'm out there trying to kill myself or anything like that. But even just like carving up corners of a place I'm really familiar with, like I used to ride City Park Road so much in Austin, and I was very comfortable on that road. But you got to be self-aware. I think that's the biggest thing. Pay attention, be self-aware, know your own abilities.
Yeah, what's your reaction time?
Yeah,
the biggest, this is going to sound like a flex, kind of like you were saying that, it sounds like I'm going way faster and stuff than you are. I had a moment like that where I realized, oh shit, I ride way faster than everybody else, because we were on a group ride. Me and the Sons of Technology, I was leading a group ride, and people behind me, I was literally out front, and I was doing a bad job of being road captain for that ride, just because we were on some roads that I was super familiar with, and I was just running my own pace. I was just like, okay, I know this road. I know where the danger spots are. I know exactly where and when to do stuff. And so I was having a good time. I wasn't pushing very hard. I wasn't pushing at all, frankly. And I was way in front of people. And then we actually got some complaints because guys were trying to keep up with me.
Yeah, and then it's not fun if people are stressing to try to keep up with you.
Yeah, they were trying to keep up with me, and I was like, look, guys, I stop at every stop sign. Don't bother keeping. If you don't want to, don't bother. It's fine. And then same thing at the Twisted Sisters. There were some sections where I was just like, I'm having some fun. The bike's feeling really great right now. Ooh, I'm powering out of this corner. And then I was literally waiting for like 5 minutes for the rest of the group to catch up. And that's just sort of the difference is some people have their boundaries set at different places.
Some people ride motorcycles for their living.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you think you were squidding? Would you have defined that riding as squidding?
On the sisters, yes.
Yeah.
On the first one, no.
Okay. Yeah, because like I remember riding Cow Creek Road with you, and I couldn't keep up. I was like, nope, this sort of sketches me out. But you know it so well too. You just blast into corners.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to know where you're comfortable and the risks you're comfortable taking. And I feel like if you are operating within your level of comfort and you're not putting someone else at risk, I don't really think it's a problem. But that's just me. So let's hand it over to the Discord for the next little bit here. And let's go through and see what they have to say about squidding here. And I got to pull up. Let's see who was first. Was ATX Rick? Nope. Hold one. Jake Smith. So we've got his actual definition of squidding here. Stupidly quick, usually in danger. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. This is the guy on a sport bike in a set of sneakers and shorts, or the guy on a flashy cruiser driving the piss out of it with flip-flops and a ballistic bandana on. They are the complete antithesis of the AtGat rider, preaching how we should all wear track gear for casual rides and everything should be high-vis like we're going to a construction site. But then we could argue about those guys who are doing the Destination Way ride. They were like, you have to be here in a tracksuit.
Yeah, that's where it gets, more detailed and more nuanced.
Yeah.
Different kinds of squids, different flavors.
It's like an onion. You peel it.
They
There's
make
layers.
you cry. Yeah.
They make you cry.
There are lots of layers to this. They cry when they get chopped up too.
Full Metal Corgi. Squidding is never appropriate. How would you feel if I sprayed ink on you?
Wah, wah. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Go for it.
Don ATX, I think it can be done safely if you choose the right place and the right time. For example, doing wheelies on highway poles out on the toll road at times when there isn't any traffic around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that if you have a normal cop, not somebody who's, got a chip on their shoulder and they want to, be big and tough, big tough cop with big gun on his hip. If you're not dealing with one of those guys and you're dealing with a normal person, they'll often take that into consideration. Like, are you being a jackass around other people, or are you just being a jackass by yourself?
Yeah.
Alley
even
cat
when
scramble.
Alley cat scramble.
That was fun.
That's a whole other can of worms right there.
Yeah, it is. We have that up here in Denver where there's a lot of people riding vehicles that were never intended to be street legal.
Mm-hmm.
Like quads and like pit bikes. And I mean, there's people with like the little Coleman bikes going down the sidewalk. There's a lot of squidding in the big city here.
I think that's just like, because you're sort of on the outskirts of Denver. You're not like downtown. You're kind of like out in the sprawl.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you get into the sprawl of just about any town, you get a bunch of people just like riding on sidewalks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was in Baltimore with the 12 o'clock boys. That was fun.
It's like when you see the Grom squads rolling around.
Yeah, they're having fun.
They're just having fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And it might get a little dangerous, but that's just kind of part of it. You fall off and you get hurt. But I mean, here in Denver, we have a hot pursuit law. They won't chase anything.
Really?
If you just breathe on your accelerator as if you're going to take off, they just turn the lights off.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I know. We've got so many dudes at the dealership that don't even run a license plate. I know 3 dudes who do not run license plates because they're never going to stop for a cop. Yeah.
When I got pulled over one time on a sport bike, I won't explain any of the situation. The first thing out of the cop's mouth was,
yeah.
I'm glad you didn't run.
Yep. I remember what bike that was.
Yep. Yeah, there's a whole story there that I will not get into today, but yeah, there's a whole lot going on
It was
there.
a fast bike.
It was an extremely fast bike. Might have been the fastest bike I've ever ridden.
And in Jonestown, nonetheless, which is just such a awful place to speed. I was coming back from the lake this past weekend. I played around out there, and there was a dude on an RSV4 just sending it. I mean, he was in a full leather suit. He was dragging me through the corners. I only saw him for like 2 seconds because I was in a car.
Yeah. I still to this day cannot believe the guy let me off with a warning. And I guarantee you
would have gone to jail.
I would have gone to jail if he caught me in the wrong spot. But the reason he let me off with a warning, I know for a fact, is because the second I saw him pulling forward and I was like, I turned my hazards on, I slowed down, and I pulled into a parking lot to talk to him. I literally, I did everything I could to make his life easier. Like, he didn't even have to turn the lights on. He turned them on and eventually because, he had to turn them on, but he didn't even hit the siren. Like, he knew that I knew that he knew, and he was just like, this dude being okay for a squid. And I think that's the only reason he let me go. But
nice bike.
He actually also rode a Honda at one point, but that's besides the point.
That's a hint for you guys out there.
China Shite Bike Boy, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite here since I used to ride fast and stupid as a teenager when I first got my motorcycle license, but I think you need to leave squidding to stunt riding to controlled areas such as stunt events. Practicing in an empty parking lot is one thing, but the thrill and Instagram likes you get from doing such activities on the road are not worth the risk of possibly ending your life.
Oof, I've seen a gnarly video from I don't know if he's in your Discord, but there's a group in Fort Worth. Oh, Instagram footage of this guy just dying because they're doing highway pulls, on whatever major highway during the day. And like one of them, there's supposed to be a formation, like you're racing and then you go to the right to go behind people, but he didn't do that. So he just got clipped and just immediately splattered into a big highway bridge.
Oh, a bridge abutment.
Yep.
Oh,
like a pancake. I mean, I saw his soul leave his body in that 30-second clip. You're like, oh, he died on impact. I mean, there was like no way.
Yeah.
Eesh.
That's rough. That's why I don't like doing stuff at super duper high speed.
Ugh,
like super high speed. That just makes me queasy.
With a whole bunch of people.
A whole bunch of people.
Well, and if you're going to go do those kinds of speeds, you really better know who you're riding with. Like, I could not imagine meeting up with a group of people who I don't even know their names or don't know very well and go and do 150 miles an hour. Like, that's insane. It's interesting when you go to the track and everyone really understands what's going on, and especially people with more experience. I mean, you can get right in there. Like, they're so close and comfortable just because you're kind of used to it. And then, newer people at the track will get spooked all the time too. But I mean, there's just a certain predictability about riding correctly and knowing what the rules are and not doing stuff like rolling off when you've got people at full throttle right behind you. Know who you're riding with and how they ride too. Because a lot of times, I mean, if you're really squidding, somebody else can kill you just as easy as you do it yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Aussie Rider. Here in Australia, a squid is someone who doesn't wear protective clothing. The more skin showing, the bigger the squid. We see it regularly in the summer of people riding to the shops in sport and tee or shorts and a tee, or riding to the beach in swimwear. In those slow speed situations, it's reasonably acceptable if you're hyper alert, but you never see someone squidding on any of the main roads on the edge of Sydney. Everyone seems to be aware of the higher risks and gears up accordingly. Awesome. I think a lot of people do take their time in other countries where motorcycles are more acceptable or more a thing of, they're more part of daily life.
Yeah, and I feel like so much of the traffic can't go more than 50 miles an hour when it's a bunch of 125 scooters and stuff like that too. It's like, I wouldn't worry as much about putting on motorcycle boots, motorcycle pants, motorcycle jacket, and the helmet if I'm going to go grocery shopping on one of those.
So Full Metal Corgi here, Spite, peak squid is lower whacker. You know this to be true. And if you know, you know. That is absolutely accurate. Lower whacker, you see so much you see some really wacky shit down there. Diabetes Man. Just on the topic squidding, that motivation party was Squid Central. 4 people rolling up on stretched boosters with underglow was just the icing on the squiddy cake. There's also the classic, anybody riding slower than you is an idiot and anyone going faster than you is a maniac. Yeah, I do get that. I do get the sense that that a lot of people are like, if you're going fast, then you're really pushing it. And if you're going slow, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, none of that. I ever think that.
Yeah. I know some people who think like that.
Yeah, so do I. But yeah, it's like, who cares? You're on a fucking motorcycle. And
I will say, the squid energy at the motivation party was very high.
Did you have fun?
It was a great time. Yeah, I mean, the guys at Motivation awesome. Put together a great event. It was really fun, but it definitely brought in a bunch of street squids.
As it should.
Yeah, like literally there was a guy on a like 1970 Gixxer 750. That dude wasn't a squid.
He used to be.
I mean, this was an immaculate Gixxer.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. But there were many stretched boosters there. Many stretched boosters.
Stretched boosters at Motivation.
That and a lot of Aprilias.
Of course, Aprilias. I see stretched boosters at the Domain constantly.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, you know what they're doing is they're going up to 45.
Okay.
They're going to that toll road right there.
That makes sense.
That is Squid Central.
You can roll through and there's so much walking traffic there that you get the attention that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
cool.
He dropped this. Yeah, that's the Gixxer. I saw that multiple times throughout the weekend. Dasco. Zach courts squids in his daily rider vids. I would say that's safe. That is safe squidding. His little wheelies and skids. Yeah.
Yeah. He's so good though. It's back to like, I don't think he's really squidding. I mean, he's wearing all the gear.
He was trying to be a racer at one point.
Okay. And then went into
he went into motorcycle journalism because he was like, well, this racing thing isn't going to pan out.
Yeah.
And that's when he got his 950 Supermoto, his KTM 950.
Are there any mini Supermoto tracks in Texas?
There are some kart tracks.
Because I saw some cool reels today. I was like, God, I want to do that. A little mini Supermoto.
Mm-hmm. They would be a lot of fun. Last up here, Expecto Delito. Squidding is riding in a way or condition that would make the average rider or driver go, Jesus Christ.
Simple. I like that.
Oh, no. The average rider, not driver, go, Jesus Christ. So if the average rider out there is like, dude, slow down.
Squid, ding.
Yep. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Expecto Delito is full of wisdom.
Yeah. He's also like an adult human with a job and like life, and he's got his shit together. And probably got a Roth IRA. I mean, he's got a BMW 1250 GS.
Yeah, he's preparing for the future.
Yeah. This dude is a fully formed human.
How many of those you got on your Discord?
Very few. And I love him for it. Does that mean my V-Star is a squid bike? Dude, your V-Star is barely a motorcycle.
Any bike's a squid bike if you try hard enough.
Only Harleys are squid bikes for you though, Whitney. I feel like that's the only time I've seen you squid, and it was only on video, is when you ride Harley Davidson motorcycles.
He's got a point.
Isn't that weird?
It is really weird.
Isn't that weird, man?
You're just so comfortable on Harleys for whatever reason.
I was leaving you in the dust on your Ducati. I was laughing. I was like, where's Spite? Where'd he go?
I mean, whatever works.
I don't understand my riding style either. Totally. The fastest I've ever gone is on the R9T.
Really?
Yeah. 130.
Damn, you were hauling the mail on that thing.
I was totally sober. It was the most sober I've ever been in my life. But isn't that funny? Out of all the 3 bikes, I was like, oh no, God, it was the R9T. But I guess maybe that's just kind of my vibe. Just big, heavy bike.
I think it is your vibe.
Yeah.
It's stable.
Go get a Harley.
After Should we just tore them a new one about how expensive they are?
Get a used one. They're cheaper.
All right.
Yeah, don't do 130 on a Sportster though. I don't know about that.
So I pegged the 1275 Sportster on the way back from the dealership. I buried the Speedo on it. That was fun.
Yeah.
I
haven't ridden it.
No higher, but it was continuing to accelerate. It was a very interesting experience for me. All right, let's move on to the meme contest here today. This is the part that everybody's really looking forward to.
Everybody cracks the Diet Coke of your mind.
The Diet Coke of your mind right here.
We're looking for a sponsorship.
Diet Coke, hit me up, possible sponsor. So if you were just listening today, this is where we're going to cut it off, and you really need to go to YouTube and watch the meme contest because these are
you're going to cut it off?
I don't even want to.
What if you're at work and you're working on a little thing and you want to hear a little ha-ha, a little hee-hee?
Just pull it up on YouTube and then explain it to your boss, or just put it on your phone in your pocket. But yeah, so if you were just listening, see you later. Have fun with whatever else you're going to be doing. But you should definitely go to YouTube and check out the meme contest. Because up for grabs this week is another Cardo.
Yep. What kind of Cardo is it, Spite?
I believe we sent out an Edge last time. Ooh, so you're getting yourself a big fancy boy Cardo, and a huge shout out to Cardo for letting me do these shenanigans. I really appreciate it. And for our meme contest today, we're talking about Diet Coke memes because I've always got one floating around.
Talking about diabetes. Well, I guess
not
I mean,
diabetes,
it's, right?
Just like turbo cancer. Okay, so our first meme for today is a simple one from the lava melon right here.
You're so cute. What a cute little Santa Spite.
Look at those cheeks, man.
Dude, you know you're good at a meme when it's simple and it's just a photo and it can make you giggle.
Yeah.
So I will say that this is a conglomeration of people who tag team this one.
Oh, okay.
Toaster provided the face swap, and then I think Dasco gave some direction on part of it. But yeah, this was a team effort, and it was funny.
Oh, I like that.
Nice and simple, and it's definitely the old classic Coke advertisement.
Be a little cute piece for your garage.
You know what? Maybe I will print that out and just post it somewhere in the garage.
What about the one of you? I don't know what that's called. Not Harikari. In front of the Triumph 660. There were some really good ones, where you're posing like this.
Oh, the Warriors guys' hands up.
Yeah. Those would be good too.
So for the lava melon, what are you going to give this one for?
Dude, I want to give that like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah, it's fun.
I
Funny
think
and cute.
I think a 7 is a fair place.
What
to
you're
start.
going to give it a 6?
I was going to give it a 6 because it was a team effort.
Oh, right.
But
the team.
I mean, it did give us a good laugh.
Hey, man, when people throw their hands up and say you can submit it,
yeah, fair enough. We'll give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on, we've got Toaster, which he didn't send me the GIF, but he did send me this face swap. And
oh, that's freaky. Ooh, that's freaky. I don't like that. I don't like that.
It was even.
That's what you'd look like with short hair?
Probably, yeah.
Wow, that's freaky. Don't do it.
Because I think Will Ferrell has my exact same hairstyle, like really, really thick curly hair.
I guess it'd be kind of, if it was a little bit longer than that, it'd be cool, but that's freaky.
I think his turns into full on, kind of Afro style, but mine,
so does yours.
Mine gets wavy after it gets long.
Right.
You can, if you're looking close at the top of my head, you can see the actual waves on my hair.
So I want to know how your mustache would grow though. Would it get a big curl if you shaved everything else and just did mustache like here? Would it be a bush or would it be a long curl?
I think it would be curly, although I have nothing to back that up because I've never actually had my beard that long.
It's gotten pretty long before though.
Yeah, but not long enough for it to really curl.
Sure.
So for this creepy death stare face swap for me on Ricky Bobby, what are you gonna rate it?
5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going low too. I was going to go 4 or 5.
Oh, Toaster, you got to bring the heat next time,
Bring the
my
heat,
friend.
man.
Although he did say that this was his was just a low effort one. So
Well, 5 for low effort is not bad.
yeah. Next up, we've got this is the bruised Spartan. So showing a picture of literally the van stacked full of Diet Coke.
Well, that looks good from here too.
Yeah, stacked full of Diet Coke, and even on the roof rack, we've got some Diet Coke. At everyone, sorry for the late ping. I just wrapped up 12-hour day working on the van, just stuffing it full of Diet Coke.
That is good. The Diet Cokes in there look really, really good. The shadow and everything on them.
I didn't even notice the shadowing. Yeah,
from
no,
the
that's
door.
dude
That's
put some
quality.
effort into that. Like he's even got the shadow for the roof rack on the Diet Coke boxes.
Yeah, he spent some time on that.
Yeah,
that's pretty hardcore. What are we gonna give this one?
You go first.
Well, just for the like effort on the shadowing, I was gonna give it like, because it's not like super funny. It's not super.
It's just like quality work.
It's just like high quality actual work here. So I was gonna give it like a 6.5, just because the quality is there, but it wasn't super funny.
I was gonna say 6.5.
Yeah,
that's exactly the number I was thinking.
Trifecta.
There we go. Bruised Spartan, 6.5. Next up, we have. If I can click over to it, I believe this one is our one video entry for this week, or maybe we've got 2. Summit Coyote.
When I go riding, I want my bike to run its best. And that's why I use Diet Coke, the world's best engine protectant. Just add a little bit to your tank, and Diet Coke's proprietary carbon bubble technology will go to work protecting your engine from the leading causes of engine failure. It cleans components like spark plugs and fuel injectors, keeping your bike running its best all the time. Refresh your engine today with Diet Coke.
That is good.
He did his own voiceover work. That was
that was also an excellent
All the
video.
Time.
I wonder.
Refresh your engine.
That has to be an ad for something.
Sort of oil.
Oh, totally.
But it's just so long.
Yeah.
And how is it
With
not
Diet.
branded anywhere?
Yeah, that's hey, Summit. Are you in the chat?
Yeah, this kind of, if I'm gonna guess, it's like Pennzoil or something like that.
Yeah.
But like dripping down the skin too? Or is that something else?
Wait, yeah, there was that shot of it like dribbling over a hand or something like that, wasn't there? Oh yeah, right.
Protect it.
You're just getting it
Just
everywhere.
add a little bit to.
Okay, he stole a couple different ads and spliced them together. Okay, that makes more sense. That's seamless.
Yeah, no, he did
That's
a good job
seamless.
building that ad.
That seems like I was confused by how the transitions were so nice.
Valvoline ad is what Dasko's saying.
All right.
Okay.
That one's good.
I like that one. That one's he put in a lot of effort to make that. What are we gonna give him? I'm feeling just for the effort of finding like all the vans and stuff, or all the vans, all of the
all of the vans. What are you working on your van or something?
In my brain, I'm always working on the van. For finding all the clips for the ads, doing his own VO, getting the like bike assembly footage and cutting it all together to make it look like it was literally one perfect ad.
Saying what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking like a 8.5 or 9.
Oh, I was gonna say 8.
8?
Nice.
Damn,
I was
Josh,
say
what were you
8
gonna
as
say?
well.
Tiebreaker.
I was gonna say 8. Yeah,
8.
I really
So-
like the ending of it. Like I think that's one of the cleanest parts too. Going from that yellow bike to the Diet Cokes. Yeah, that's good work.
Oh, damn, Summit.
So I think we'll call it an 8.5, which he is now the new leader, topping off, bumping off Lava Melon right there. Let's see who we've got next up in the queue here. It's Corgi. Help step Diet Coke. I'm stuck.
Oh, Oh, yuck! You get a 0.
Oh man, Corgi.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Josh is like, this
Oh,
movie
man.
speaks to me.
Like, wow.
Josh 10 out of 10, Whitney 0 out of 10, me
Look,
like
I was there that day, okay? I was there that day.
Just picturing you getting pegged by a Diet Coke can. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, the face. I mean, look at the face coming for him on that Diet Coke.
Yeah, it's
That-
freaky.
Yeah.
That's some freaky shit.
like
right
look
there.
at the eyes too. The eyes are like all fucking different.
The eyes are like, my pants are already off for sure.
I'm going home. Wait a second.
When he's like, everybody get the fuck out. Okay, so what are we gonna give Corgi for this one?
A 69. Duh.
How about a 6.9?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty good. It's pretty up. So
It's definitely really
This
odd.
meme's always funny. This meme's always funny. If it was Diet Coke, if it was, it doesn't have. That's the thing. It's not quite
always
Diet
thinks this
Coke
meme is funny.
specific. I mean, it's very it's very memeable right now.
I feel like we've made more fun of it than we laughed at it. So I think it's like
I
a.
feel like I was laughing with it.
Were you laughing with it?
Josh, were you laughing with it or at it?
I was laughing with it. Yeah, I was laughing from it for
Is
sure.
it funny or funny haha?
Oh, it's
Definitely a
hot.
little bit of both
It's
going
hot.
on with this one.
Yeah.
I feel like when we get these memes, we're getting a window into these people's
Oh
souls.
yeah, dude. It's fucked up.
So I think. So it's better than toasters.
Also, you, Corgi, for making us fucking rate this. Okay, let's talk about it. It's better than toasters.
It's better than
It's
toaster.
not as good as summits.
It's not as good as Summits. I don't think it's as good as the Lava Melons one.
Whoa. Okay.
Hmm.
I thought it was just as funny as lava melons.
You thought it was just as funny.
But lava melons is so wholesome.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah. This is the opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like a 7.5 or so for it.
Damn.
It's kind
So-
of
Oh shit! You're getting the spite burn.
I want to give it a 6.9.
I think we should give it a 6.9.
Okay,
I
that's
also feel like
close.
he's probably he has a cardo. I don't know.
6.9. Okay. God, my freaking brain after that one. Okay. Next up, we've got Don ATX making the Diet Coke ad here. So there's so much happening in this image.
Who's
Wow.
in the back?
I think I need to pull it up in its like bigliest form so we can actually
Did
see
you just say bigliest?
bigliest. Yeah, that's the new word for that. Open in browser. It's what Spite craves. Oh, it's the lady from Idiocracy.
And then what are you holding?
A Diet Coke bottle.
Oh, I thought it was a half of.
Oh,
a
and it's exploding. I see. I was
Yup.
like, is that a wig? No, I get it. Yeah, it's exploding. You shook it.
Yeah, it's an exploding Diet Coke bottle. He went in and changed the Ducati's color to pink,
Yeah,
And then-
that's good.
put Diet Coke all over it, and then gave it a Diet Coke livery.
This is the most memeiest meme I've seen in a while. I'm confused and intrigued. I don't understand it. I totally get it at the same time.
Here's what I'm saying. If you made this meme come to life, you could get a Diet Coke sponsorship.
Oh yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? If you had a Diet Coke exhaust can, Diet Coke livery, and like little milk crate on the back, I think you'd be in the running for a sponsorship. And I've done sponsorships, okay? I
at
know these deals, all right?
Josh is a pro over here. Okay. So for Don ATX, what are you gonna give it? I think the shops that he did on it are pretty darn good.
Yeah, the shops
Yeah.
were good.
Um,
I like the tagline.
Put your Ducati on a diet.
Yeah, I like the Diet Ducati text on the tank as
Mhm.
well.
Again, the shops, the Diet Coke can would actually probably be quieter than my current exhaust.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 7.5.
All right.
What you think?
Yeah, I'm right in there.
7.5. All right, let's move on to, I think this is the last one in the video. Yeah, Dasco. Aspartame and motorcycling can both be fatal. The best things in life are worth dying for. Enjoy bottom Sprocket every week with a refreshing Diet Coke. Is that a haiku?
Wow. Look, as far as an ad read tagline kind of thing, get us a sponsorship. That's on point.
Enjoy bottom Sprocket every week with a refreshing Diet Coke.
So you can have one a week, Spite, okay? One a week.
God. Oh, God.
Yeah, then I'm just like, I don't need one. I don't need one. I'm good. I swear to God.
Your vlogs are just silent. You just hear wind in his helmet.
And I'm just sitting there like,
He's just rocking the Ducati back and forth in front of the 7-Eleven.
I don't need it. So what are we gonna give Dasco for this one? I'm feeling like
It's good copy, but that wasn't the assignment.
Yeah, it's not really like,
I mean, unless he took it like pretty
literally
like how do we get you
a Diet Coke sponsorship.
So that makes things tricky. But it didn't make us laugh.
Is it the Diet Coke Silver? It's pretty close.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, the copy is really good.
The chat.
It would work great as a caption for a post, but I feel like the meme kind of stopped there, you know? It should have been put into a meme in some way.
5?
I'm feeling like a 5.
Okay, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a 5. And then we've got one last one from Aussie Rider that I forgot to put into the video, but don't worry, I saw that you submitted it, so we're gonna watch it. This is Aussie Rider,
and I can't tell you exactly how much I cannot abide by that. However, I could see somebody thinking that this is a little bit goofy. I think it's drop dead gorgeous.
Okay.
I like the effort of the clip finding.
Making up the numbers here. All spit, no polish. Enjoy or not.
Give it to me one
The video
more time.
effort was good. He got I think that crack was the like popping top was good.
6.
A 6. What do you think, Josh?
I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with
6.
that. It didn't quite complete a
land.
thought to me. Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't quite like. I liked the clips. I liked the everything that was put together, but it didn't make one coherent thought to me. I didn't get it.
That would mean that Summit Coyote is our winner. Summit Coyote, you
Nice.
just won yourself a cardo. And we're going to get that mailed out as soon as I remember to DM you for all of your information. So
It'll happen in no time.
I will be in touch with you. We'll get you that cardo mailed out to you. A big shout out to Cardo for sponsoring this silliness.
Yeah, thanks, Cardo.
Yeah.
And big shout out to all the guys on the Discord for hanging out. If you here at the end would like to possibly win a cardo or hang out and watch these streams live or do all sorts of fun, silly, goofy stuff over on the Discord server, all of the links are down in the description below. Go check out the Patreon. That is the best way for you to support all of the goofiness that happens here. And with that, it is now almost 9 o'clock. So we're just going to go ahead and call it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.